In this video, we're going to look at how to change images in your postcard and make them personalized. So based on data in your list, that's going to determine what image is displayed. For example, we're changing the image of our model. So first we need a new header, and we're going to call this image date because they're envisioning their new date. That's what this is all about, right? If you want to make this as easy as possible, here's two simple rules. The image dimensions on all the photos that you'll be swapping out should be exactly the same. That way there are no surprises. Okay, so back over here on Photoshop, let me tell you what I mean. This image right here has a very specific size. It has dimensions. Notice these little border dash things, okay? That's the size of that actual picture. If you're swapping out images, you want to make sure that the dimensions for those images are all the same size. So if you have to crop some of them and make them the same, that's what you're going to do. If you've got an image that's 700 by 825 pixels, you want to make sure all your other images are the same, 700 by 825. Crop them if you need to. The second thing to make this super easy, you have to save those individual images to the same folder that your main Photoshop file is in. That's the easy way to do this where there's no hassles, because you're going to have to put file names in there. And if you save them into the same folder, you don't have to worry about folder names and stuff like that. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Here we've got the data image, and this is a layer right now, right? And it contains the image of this model. I'm going to open up a folder, and that is the image of the model, okay? Here's my postcard template file in Photoshop. I've got this image of the model in the same folder, and I've got the one that I want to swap out as well in the same folder. So male.png and female.png. They both are the exact same dimensions. If I hover over it, it says 600 by 399. If I hover over this one, 600 by 399. You can see the dimensions there. That's very important. If I swap one out for the other, the proportions are not going to get messed up. It's not going to screw with my text by one graphic being bigger and taking up more space. That's the kind of planning and prep work that you have to do, because you want to be able to just swap that image out literally and everything still looks good. The file names, though, you're going to want to note those. So note, this is called mail.png, and I have my extensions turned on, guys, in my folder views because I want to be able to see those extensions. If you've got them turned off, you might have to actually look at the file properties and see what the extension of the file is. Otherwise, turn your extensions on so you can see it. But note the names, female.png, male.png. We want to go back to Excel, and for our image date, here's a formula. Equals if, opening parenthesis, same thing, testing on gender, D2 equals double quote F, double quote, comma. So we're testing now. Is the gender female? If it is, we want the male image to be shown. So double quote, male.png, double quote. If that test is false, they're not female. That means they're male, and we want the female image to be shown. So double quote, female.png, double quote, and closing parenthesis, hit enter. Again, you'll fill your whole list down all the way to the bottom, but I'm just doing an example here for brevity's sake. And you see there, male PNG, female PNG accordingly. What that means is Photoshop, when it gets to each one of those records, it's going to load that file once we make that connection. And as long as these images are contained in the same folder as the Photoshop file, they'll be loaded when we run the data set. So at this point, guys, this list is now prepped and ready. We've got all the information that we need. We just need to export this file because right now we're working in the native Excel format. Okay, Photoshop can only work with CSV, comma separated values, and tab delimited files, just regular text files. So we need to export this. Now in this case, to make it a little bit shorter, I am going to do something crazy here, and I'm going to delete all these other records. Just because I don't need them for our examples, okay? That just makes things easier for us. Easier for me, I should say. All right, so File, Save As, and here's what you watch for. Let's do Postcard Batch 1. And where it has the file type, this is where you have to make sure you click the drop down and select CSV, or you can do the text version tab delimited. Really doesn't matter a whole bunch, okay? So CSV, make sure we know where it's going, and click Save. Now, if you're working with the copy thing, if you made a copy of your list, okay, and it's inside this worksheet, you're going to get this little message saying, hey, you can't do that with CSV files. So what it's going to do is just save the current file, and that's fine because that's probably going to be the one that you're working on, right? So hit OK. And that is now exported. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to connect that exported CSV file from Excel to our postcard file in Photoshop.